but it's free. It adds. There's a couple other features, so we can do that. We're gonna use what we did before as a survey, but what we're gonna do differently is actually grade the survey as if it's a test. So I have my website open here, Sean Smith Linguistics. I'm going to go to Google Sites, and then I need to go to my drive. So I'm going to go right up here to my drive, click on that, and what I'm going to do is go to Create. Okay, and go down to Form like we did for our survey. And this is going to come up. Okay, so I'll just choose a default template. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a name. Language test, and give it a date. Today's date, 12/4/2013. So good. There's a couple different things that we can do. It starts out with one question here, in which you can edit. I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in, and then we can add items here. These are different types of questions that we can add. We're basically gonna be dealing with text, multiple choice, checkbox, and possibly choose from a list. We're not going to deal with paragraph text. That's a little too long for this assignment. So basically, the first question I want to start out with is just the name. So I'm going to do a text question. So here's where they'll put in their name. So I'm going to say name. Okay, so that's the question title. It's the text. This is where they put in their name. And I want to put right here required question. So they will have to answer this. They'll not be able to submit their assessment without answering this. So I'm going to go and click done. So that's a set question. Now I'm going to go to add item again. The next question I like to do, we'll do text again, is email. So that way, using Flubaroo, you can actually send assessments out for students to take, and you can send them the results as well. So I'm going to do email. That's where they'll be able to put in their question, and then I'll do this as a required question as well. Hit done. And you'll notice the required questions have the little red star, so they won't be able to submit their test without doing that. Okay, so those are the first questions that I like to do. We're going to do one of each different type of question just to see how to do it. We'll just go ahead and start with a text question. So put that in. To number it, I'll go ahead and put 1 here. And then what's a question we could do? What is a greeting in English? Okay. And of course, this question has many possible answers, which I'll show you how to account for many answers later in the video. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Text, you can click this or not. If they don't do it, they would just not get the points for it. I'm just going to go ahead and click it. So their answer, okay, so there's our question there. I'm going to add another item. Let's go ahead and do multiple choice this time. So question 2. Which language is spoken in France? Okay, so multiple choice. So here you can have your options. French is a choice. You're going to hit tab and it'll take you to the next one. Japanese, Italian, you can just keep going with however many choices you want to do. And Finnish. Okay, so those are my multiple choices. I'll go ahead and do required question, done, and you can see this is the choices here. And when I actually take the test later, I'll be able to click one or the other. Okay, so let's add, so we have a text, we have a multiple choice. Let's go ahead and do the checkbox. Checkboxes and choose from a list are basically the same thing. They're just formatted a little differently. So we'll go ahead and do a checkbox here. And this could have multiple answers as opposed to the multiple choice, which has just one answer. The checkbox can have one or more answers. So we'll go ahead and say this is question 3. Which languages are of the Brythonic subbranch? Okay, and these are checkboxes. So our first one is, let's see, Welsh, Breton, Irish, Gaelic, Manx, and let's do Cornish. Okay, so we have 6 choices here. And done. So when I go ahead and take this, it will be 1 or more answers. And we'll see how to do that a little later. Okay, so we showed you how to do, like I said before, choose from a list and checkbox are basically the same thing. So we're going to omit choose from a list for now, but we have name, email, we have a text box, and we have multiple choice and checkbox. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do now, say I was done making the test, and I'm going to go up to View Live Form up here, right at the top. Okay, and what that'll do, this is the actual test that a student will see when they take this test. So what I like to do the first time is go through and use it as an answer key. So you can put up here in name, professor, answer key. Use this as the key that you're going to grade the rest of the test by, and Flubaroo does that for you. I'm just going to put answer key, email, 71710. Okay, and then I'm going to fill in the correct answers. What is a greeting in English? Now, there's obviously multiple answers for this that are open-ended. So I can just put a few in here. Hi. Okay, and how do we make any answers acceptable? I'm going to go ahead and put, after each selection, put a space, percent, or. Okay, so this is one thing that Scantrons can't do, is make multiple choice options. So what's another acceptable greeting in English? Hello, space, percent, or. How are you? Okay, space, percent, or. I'm just going to keep it to those, but that's how you do it. You just make sure you have spaces in between here, and that'll mean that if the student puts any one of those answers in here, they're going to be counted correct. So let's go to the next one. Which language is spoken in France? French. I suppose any of these can be spoken in French, but this is an obvious question. Which languages are the Brythonic subbranch? So this has multiple answers: Welsh, Breton, and Cornish. Okay, so I'll go ahead and hit submit. Okay, and what happens when you do submit, it automatically connects it to a spreadsheet. So I'm going to go back to, let's see, no. Okay, so I'm going to do view responses up here at the top from this sheet. Okay, and then this is the spreadsheet that it does a timestamp, the name of the student, in this case we did the answer key, email, and then acceptable answers. And this is what it's going to grade it by. So we're going to go ahead and go back, take it a few more times. Okay, so we'll go back to the last page we were on, submit another response, and then we'll just make some stuff up. Benny at yahoo.com. And then we want to do, let's see, so we can do hi, so that'll be acceptable because that's one of the answers. We'll do French, and then we'll do, this has multiple answers, so we'll leave that one off. We're not going to count that one, so he'll get this wrong, which is fine. We want some variability. Okay, I'll take it again. John at gmail.com. Hello, say Japanese, but he gets this one right. Okay, submit that, and let's take it one more time. Paul at AOL.com, and let's see. How are you? Okay, and let's make him get them all right. Okay, so we'll submit that. Okay, so now if we go back to our spreadsheet, we'll see that it automatically logs all of these. So we have the answer key, and then every student, and this is good to however many students you have, it'll log them all the way down. If we had 100 students or however many students, it would keep it like this and grade them all accordingly. So we took it a few times. Now what we need to do is have Flubaroo run a script, which in order to do that, we're going to go to Insert up here at the top. And when we get Flubaroo, it's going to come right in between right here to the right of the Help button. So we're going to do Insert, Script at the bottom, all the way at the bottom. And then we're just going to search for what we need. So Flubaroo. And here it is. We'll hit Install. Okay. Authorization required. Continue. Okay, and then we'll go down to the bottom, accept. Okay, and then so it's installed here. So now we're going to close. Okay, and it should pop up. If it doesn't, oh, there it is right there. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go to Flubaroo, and we're going to have it grade the assignment. So Flubaroo, grade assignment. Okay, so it'll run the script, as you can see here. Okay, so grading step 1. So here's all the questions of our test. And it'll just ask you. So there's a couple different, you can do different point values, just keep it as 1 point. These identify the student, so these aren't worth any points, but these following questions are. So these are all, so identify, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. So that's good, we'll continue. And then it's going to ask you how you want to grade your assignment, what exam you want to use as the answer key, which we have here, which we did. That's why we like to go through the test first, so we can put all the correct answers in. So answer key. Okay. And then it's going to grade the assignment. And we'll view grades now. It'll take us to the sheet. Okay, so it gives us a couple things. It gives us a summary up here, points possible, average points, and then it tells us person by person. Okay, it tells you which ones they got wrong. Okay, so this is question number 1. What is a greeting in English? Which language is spoken in France? Okay, so it'll give you the average. It gives you the average of each question and each student individually. So these are the answers. So the test is taken now. So if we wanted to send these to our students, since we already have all their emails, we would go up to Flubaroo and then email grades. And it would pop up right here. And you can do a couple different things with this. You can say include answer key if you wanted to let them know which ones they got wrong and which ones were right. And you could ask, you could send a little message here, say if it was the end of the semester or something. And then you would hit continue and it would send them out to your, if you want it with the answer key, check that. If you want it without the answer key, check that for the students. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of that. So your final assignment will need to have at least 20 questions. This one obviously only has 3 questions. Gives better variety to the assignment. So at least 20 questions. Now there's a couple different things that we need to put this on our website. For purposes of this assignment, we need to put this on the website. So we can link it to our website, or we can embed it in our website. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we'll go back. So this is this page, this page. We're going to go back to the original page that you took the assessment on and go to send form. And copy this, Command C, done. Okay, so now we're going to go to Google Drive. And there's a couple different ways we can do this. Okay, so we can go to our media page and we'll go up to Edit. And I'll just put it somewhere in here, maybe here. So we can type in Flubaroo. And then we would, let's see, highlight it. We'll go ahead and link. And then we would do a web address and then paste that here. Excuse me. So it's pasted here, and then maybe open link in a new window. Okay, so that's the link. If you clicked on this, it doesn't show now because it's in edit mode, but if you clicked on that, it would take you to the website, this page here, the actual page of the assessment. So now what we can do, in order to embed it into your website, we'll do sort of the same thing. We'll hit enter a few times. So that's one way, that's the link. But in order to embed it, we want to, so we went to select form, but we want to embed it. We'll go to insert, go to Google, go to Drive, go to form, and then these are the recent forms we've created. So that is this one here is the one we just made. So we'll click on that, hit select. The width, we don't want a specific width. We'll just take that out. It'll cover from here to here on the page. And hit save, and then here we go. So this is on your actual media page, the test itself, and as opposed to this, which is a link that'll take you to a different page. So let's go ahead and hit save and see how this looks. Okay, so here's the embedded form, which is directly on my media page. But if I hit Flubaroo here as a link, it'll take me to this one. So there's two different ways you can do it as far as putting it on your media page. But we also need to put something on our portfolio page. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go back. Let's see. So we need to, where is it? My. Okay, back to here. So in order to get, we're going to want to go back to the Excel sheet sort of thing. And we're going to go up to Flubaroo and then view report. Okay, and it'll run the script again, and then it'll give us an average. So here's the submissions. Okay, and then a point scored. It automatically does this for you. Now what we're going to want to do is just take a simple screenshot of this and insert that into our portfolio like you would a normal image. So in order to take a screenshot on a Mac, you'll hit Command Shift 4, and this little cursor will come up. Okay, and then just click and drag everything. There, I'll go ahead and take it to the top there. Okay, and that is done. And then it'll save to my desktop. And then what we'll go ahead and do is just imported in our portfolio page. Okay, I'll go to my portfolio page. I'll go ahead and hit edit up here. Okay, and then click right down here. I'm going to go ahead and insert image. Okay, and let's see. That's not right. Where is it? There's that. Okay. I'm going to go to, let's try it again. Insert, drive, image. Upload it. Upload an image. When I go to my desktop, screenshot, there it is, all the way at the bottom. There we go, okay. There we go. Figured it out there. So now you have it here. I choose that. Okay, and there it is. Goes into my on the portfolio page, just like that. I'll go ahead and save and see what it looks like. Okay, and there it is right there. So we have the we have it for the portfolio page, and we have it on our media page in both. You can do either
text message from Vimoni.
You can either embed it, or we can put a little link here. So that's it for the Flubaroo. Remember, you need to have at least 20 questions. Other than that, good luck, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.